I'm going to show you a little something about my luck. So I just finished up those videos on the water pump and timing chain on the Lincoln, right? You saw it start up. It was running a little high idle, but I was going to fix that. That was just an initial startup. Anyways, I took it out and I drove it for 20-30 minutes. It's like, yeah, this is running great. Now I just have to do the timing and adjustments on the carb and get this thing tuned in and we're good. So I parked it for a day or two and then I went out to do the adjustments. And I noticed my carburetor was leaking a little bit and I was like, So I was like, whatever. So I started revving it up and then boom! See that? That's the water pump. It sheared right off and completely destroyed my radiator. I will go show you that now. And yes, I already installed a new water pump. Oh, you can't really see it. Let's get this down here. Oh yeah, there he is. See where the fan nailed my radiator? Yep. And I will say this, it was to no fault of my own. I have, after all the testing and looking and checking on everything, I determined that just my luck, I got a faulty water pump. So now we're going to do a video on a radiator change. I'm so happy. And I'll have you know that these older cars have the all copper and stuff radiators, and trying to find one that's a cheap one doesn't happen. So they're about $270 or something. So don't break your radiator if you have an older car. Okay, first we're going to take off these transmission cooler lines, and there are 5/8 and a 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now on the other side you have another line for the coolant. I've already disconnected that because I had to install the new water pump. It's not a difficult thing. The removal process on that is just the same as the one down there at the bottom. Now we're going to do the top mount for the radiator here. Oh yeah, pull this for your runoff tube. This is the piece we need to remove to pull the radiator. And it looks like we got 2 1/2 inch. I'm hoping that there's not a nut on the other side of these. That would make for an interesting time. Alright, slide that forward. Let's pull this cap off. Look at the rubber there. It's a little old, but you know what? It'll do. And out comes the radiator. I'll tell you what, whenever I see holes like that in a box for a radiator, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. That makes me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Just like, oh, whatever. To the old one. And as I look at it, it looks fairly similar, but what we're going to do is got that, it's got that. Does not have that. That's going to be I'm gonna have to see if that's something that's on the bottom of this radiator. The little clips I'm talking about for the shroud. Man, look at that. I don't even know how that happened. Like, really? Like, that looks pretty deep, too. Whatever. So, for the cooler lines, I'm going to have to take those out, reseal them up, and attach them to the new one. And I'm going to have to take off the clips off the bottom. Not going to lie, these clips are kind of a pain. And I'm hoping, I don't know how I'm going to get the other one on there without destroying fins, because this one looks like it's destroying stuff as we move it. It sure did. It sure did. Lovely. That's going to be a challenge. Ooh, camera. Simmer down. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate messing with radiators, man. They make me nervous. It'll stay on there when I don't need it to. There we go. There's one. And we're gonna put those fellas on. I'm using a little bit of some seal. Whoop. Hopefully these are the right threads, eh? Or else I'm gonna be... Alright, sweet. Lovely. Happy days. Now, you have to remember not to do this too crazy tight, because one, these ends are brass, and these, I'm willing to bet, are brass as well. I'm just going to spray some silicone spray down on this rubber. Maybe give it a little bit of a extended life for a little bit. I've got some bent fins in my condenser for my air conditioner. Yeah, I'm going to straighten those fins out while we're here. I'll show you how I do this, at least. I usually just go in here. It's tedious work. Go through with the screwdriver and just kind of bend them out. If you need something just a little bit smaller, I have a pick. I know they make combs for this, like a radiator comb, but I do not have one. So I'm going with the next best thing. This isn't flawless by all means, but it will get the job done. Let's put the radiator in. Without destroying it, without dropping it, without slamming it. Now there's little grooves that you want to put those in those rubber. These are not lining up exactly. What's going on here? These are the exact same size. Okay, there we go. A little bit. On that corner. On that corner. Alright, splendid. Now let's do the transmission lines. Well, I was trying to combat the sun there, and it's not working. So, sorry if the picture quality sucks. Blame the sun on that one. Alright. Make sure that's lined up nice, and so it's definitely do not want to accidentally cross thread these. You will have some problems. You will have some problems. And like an idiot, I start turning it the wrong way. These just have to be snug on there as well. You don't want to over tighten those. You end up twisting a line or something, and then it's not going to work. Alright, those are tight. Those are on there. Hip hip hooray. And then the rest goes as follows. You know, you'd of course put your rubber hoses back on for the bottom and for the top. Fill it up. Burp your system, bleed it, whatever you want to call it. And after you've been running it for a little bit, remember to check your transmission fluid level, because I don't know how much is in the core of those radiators for the trans, but if you're already a little bit low in trans fluid and then you don't check it after you check to change the radiator, your transmission might be in trouble. So remember to check your transmission fluid after you've been driving in park while it's running and warmed up. Check the transmission fluid. All right, happy days. Yeah.